Sometimes it just doesn't seem fair. Hey, I am Chuck the bureaucrat, and in the never-ending wrangling between the regular Army and the National Guard, there is this trope that regular Army soldiers just love to trot out. It goes something like this. National Guard soldiers get 2 days' pay for 1 day's work. Now, that ain't true. It's a misrepresentation of the way that National Guard soldiers get compensated. But it makes the regular Army people feel justified in penny-pinching the National Guard. Today, I want to arm you, the feisty reservists, with the facts to rebut this silly argument. All right, first off, Mr. Guardsman, do not fall into the trap of responding to this by saying, well, that's just to compensate us for non-drill work days. That is not what it's about, and all non-drill days are uncompensated. Now, the reason that people say that a guardsman gets 2 days' pay for 1 day's work is because for every 4-hour drill period, a reservist gets 1/30th of the base pay that a regular Army soldier would have gotten. But slow down, this is not exactly a smoking gun. According to DoD's 2024 presidential budget request, base pay is only 48% of all compensation that's paid to regular Army soldiers. Drilling reservists don't get basic allowance for housing, basic allowance for subsistence, locality pays. So I get it. It is a goofy way to try to balance the scales, but at least it gives the Army a mechanism to break a drill day into 2 parts. Of course, like the old sergeant says, that active duty leave-in earning statement says from the first of the month to the last of the month. But if that's true, check this out. How many days is a regular Army soldier actually working? They get paid weekends, so that's 104 days a year where they're not working, but they're getting paid. Then there's 11 federal holidays, and most of them come with a minimal manning day, so that's another 22 days of not working but still drawing a paycheck. Plus, the regular Army gets 30 days of paid leave every year. That all adds up. 104, 22, 30, that's 156 days. And just to be fair, I'm going to ignore all those days that a regular Army soldier calls out sick. 156 days not working, that leaves 209 days of actual work. So an active duty soldier only works 57% of the days that they're actually paid for. Who's getting 2 days' pay for 1 day's work now? My favorite part of this whole argument is the huffy response that it always gets from that active duty guy. Well, sometimes we have to work on the weekend. I was in the field on President's Day. Yeah, sometimes you work when you're getting paid. That National Guard first sergeant on a Thursday night staff call, he ain't getting paid. Or sometimes the regular Army guy will say, well, I worked 7 days a week when I was deployed. Yeah, so did the National Guard guy who was deployed right beside you. So maybe ease up on the National Guard guy. Everybody makes sacrifices for the nation. And just because we're arguing amongst ourselves doesn't mean that when push comes to shove, we are allies. In fact, if you want to know what really makes someone an adversary, watch this video.